Tonight, President Biden is hoping to curb gun violence through executive action, but some lawmakers don't agree. Plus, an Iron Range group is raising awareness about a memorial in Mountain Iron that continues to be tampered with. And later, UMD is battling it out with UMass in hopes of making it to the national championship game. Kelly will have the highlights coming up.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. Today, President Biden is taking action on his own in order to curb gun violence. The president laid out a series of executive actions he's taking to enact new gun safety measures. The actions include orders for the Justice Department to draft red flag legislation that states can model to keep guns out of the hands of people facing mental health issues. The department will also have 30 days to create new rules addressing ghost guns, which are self-assembled weapons that require no serial number. And President Biden wants a 60-day review of how stabilizing braces for pistols are regulated.
Gun violence in this country is an epidemic, and it's an international embarrassment.
The president is also calling on Congress to pass an assault weapons ban. In a statement, the top House Republican, Kevin McCarthy, says his caucus will strongly oppose the president's actions, which he calls an infringement on the right to bear arms. Today, one person was killed and 5 others wounded, including a Texas state trooper, after a gunman opened fire at a cabinet manufacturer. The deadly gunfire broke out this afternoon at a cabinet-making business just outside College Station, which is about 100 miles northwest of Houston. Police say multiple people were shot, and that set off a frantic manhunt, during which authorities apprehended the suspect.
Bryan police received a call to Kentmore Cabinets of an active shooter. Officers responded to the scene and arrived in a fairly short period of time. However, the shooter had gone by the time officers got here.
A trooper was shot and airlifted to a hospital. It is the 4th mass shooting in the U.S. in just 3 weeks. Last December, 19-year-old Estevan Elioff was shot and killed in Mountain Iron by St. Louis County Sheriff's deputies. Elioff, from nearby Virginia, was a suspect in a shoplifting incident. When he was approached by officers, a state report shows he fled into a wooded area. Investigators say that's where he refused commands to surrender, then pulled out a knife that officers mistook for a gun. Elioff was shot 5 times and died. After a lengthy review, St. Louis County Attorney Mark Rubin cleared the deputies of any wrongdoing, calling the shooting justified. But many in Elioff's Iron Range community continue to honor the teenager's life through a memorial. And as CBS3's Natalie Grant learned today, it's a memorial increasingly targeted by vandals.
On the intersection of Falcon Avenue and Cardinal Street in Mountain Iron is a memorial dedicated to Estevan Elioff. A site once home to gifts, flowers, and lights continues to be defaced.
I believe that keeping this memorial intact and just like respecting that it's there even shows people that, especially in the Hispanic community, that their life does matter to someone here.
Serafia Gravel is the co-founder of VIMA, the organization who set up the site. She says the memorial is important to those still grieving the loss of Elioff, who was Hispanic. Community activists say that they will continue to restore the memorial here at Falcon Avenue and Cardinal Street until they can find a more permanent home to remember Elioff. Now they're just asking that whoever took his personal belongings return them as soon as possible.
His graduation cap, his sash, the pictures of him, there was a teddy bear in there, just stuff that kind of like just signified him and celebrated his life.
Sending a message that vandals won't keep them from celebrating a life lost.
This is one of the ways that we're telling all of the young people in this community, all of the Hispanic people in this community, that their life matters, and we're not going to stop saying it.
We reached out to the St. Louis County Sheriff's Office and Mountain Iron Police for an interview, but did not hear back. VIMA says they will be protesting Monday at Duluth City Hall, calling for justice in Elioff's case. Quick Trip officials donated $5,000 to the Canine Northland Foundation today. That money will help the Duluth Police Department find a new canine after Luna died in the line of duty in February. The donation will help purchase a canine and pay for its initial training, which takes place for several weeks down in St. Paul. Duluth Police Chief Mike Tuskin says the average cost of a canine and the training required is between $15,000 to $20,000.
This is great. Really appreciate the support that we get from our community and certainly from Quick Trip.
Tuskin says losing canine Luna has been difficult for the whole department. He adds they are in the early stages of looking for a new canine, and he expects it will take several months. Duluth firefighters had to rescue a woodland creature on Woodland Avenue this evening. A beaver was sitting in the road about a block from Station 11. Duluth police stopped traffic so firefighters could encourage the beaver to move along. Fire Chief Sean Crege brought a dog kennel and the group got it inside. A Minnesota DNR conservation officer then took the beaver to safety. It was not hurt and this is the second beaver spotted on Woodland Avenue in recent weeks. Nice to see a happy rescue there for that beaver. Must have just been enjoying watching traffic.
Yeah, and it's been wet enough for them to venture out of their ponds and just go exploring, looking for new territory probably. Thanks for running that story, Kristen, because I was toying with the idea of having that picture lead this weather here, but that would have been redundant. Two rodents out there looking around. So instead, we're going to take a live look at what's happening in Two Harbors right now. And the roads are still wet because that town's gotten a lot of rain too, just like many of the rest of us. And there's probably more rain coming because the third of the trio of lows is still centered to our south, and it's pivoting over our area, spinning like the spokes on a wheel. We're in between spokes right now, but over towards Wausau, there's another lobe of this precip coming. So odds are 80% chances for more rain tonight and tomorrow. Taking a look at the short-term forecast, we'll probably have lows in the 40s for most places tonight. There's that 80% chance for more rain. Still a little bit breezy, but tomorrow the winds will calm down. And the rain, after one more day worth of it, we will start to clear up at least slowly for the weekend and dry up as well. But I still don't think we're going to warm up. In fact, we may cool down for our overnight lows. And by Monday and Tuesday, there is still a slight chance for a little bit of snow mixed in with a touch of rain when our next low pressure system comes to call. And I'll call out that low and tell you what it's going to try to do at least come next week, coming up in just a couple more minutes.
Okay, thanks, Dave. COVID cases are on the rise in Minnesota, with the state reporting the highest single-day total since January. Minnesota reported 2,500 new cases today. Hospitalizations are also up, with 565 people currently needing care. State officials say variants are driving that increase, and the effort to vaccinate people is now a race against those variants and the prevention of another spike in cases and deaths. A similar story in Wisconsin, as the state reported the highest number of new COVID cases in 2 months. Health officials also blamed more contagious variants for the increase and asked everyone to get vaccinated as soon as possible. When the pandemic started, stores quickly ran out of disinfecting wipes and household cleaners, but now experts say the risk for catching COVID-19 from surfaces is low. The CDC says studies estimate each time you touch a contaminated surface, your chances of getting infected are less than 1 in 10,000, which is why it now says cleaning high-touch surfaces once a day with regular soap or cleaner should be enough.
Now, if you look at that guidance, it doesn't say surfaces make no difference. It says that they're not as important, and that for most surfaces, standard soap and water once a day are good enough.
The CDC added disinfecting likely is not necessary unless you think the surface has been contaminated by COVID-19. Cruise ships have not set sail in the U.S. for more than a year because of COVID. And while other countries are allowing them to travel again, the CDC has not set a date for operations to resume in the U.S. But the industry is hoping things will take off again this summer. Errol Barnett spoke to the CEO of Royal Caribbean about the company's plan to restart.
We want to get ourselves going everywhere.
In his first sit-down interview since the pandemic began, Royal Caribbean CEO Richard Fain tells CBS News he's pushing to set sail again.
We would like to work closely with the CDC to make sure that we do that in a safe and healthy way.
No cruise ship with passengers has left a U.S. port in over a year. But cruises have resumed elsewhere.
On board the ship, we're required to wear a surgical mask at any time we're moving around the ship.
Morgan O'Brien is an American travel video blogger living in Germany.
People are getting temperature checks every day. We have to be tested 72 hours before the cruise leaves, and of course it has to be a negative PCR test.
Royal Caribbean has tested those systems abroad, and Fain says with encouraging results.
The Royal Caribbean Group alone has carried over 100,000 guests, and of that we've only had 10 cases. We would like to be treated in a very similar way to the airlines and other forms of transportation.
The CDC recommends passengers and crew get vaccines before boarding, but some companies are taking it further. Royal Caribbean and Norwegian say they will require all passengers and crew to be inoculated.
Here in the next few months, should they be able to set sail, what will be different?
All the cruise lines are working towards the best protocols. That includes new ways of circulating air, new filtration. It includes cleanliness. It includes testing.
They will test passengers before, during, and after trips. They also have contact tracing technology called a tracelet that can allow them to identify who may have come in close contact with people who are infected. And the industry in the U.S. wants to get back up and running by July. Errol Barnett, CBS News, Miami.
Last week, the CDC unveiled technical steps for cruise operators to follow, including trial voyages with volunteers. U.S. health officials are still trying to determine a date for cruise ships to return. Still to come on Live Local CBS3, the pop icon and Minnesota native Prince is releasing an album 6 years after his death. How that's possible, next.
And we take a live look at, I think, someplace in Duluth. Can't tell where it is because of the fog. You have a lot of fog out there once again tonight, but no advisory for it. But the advice remains, be cautious while you drive. Temperature-wise today, topped out just a little bit lower than normal for many towns. Will we get back to normal tomorrow? I'll let you know, along with how long this rain will last, coming up next.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell. Weeknights on CBS.
Get free tax relief now at Home Furniture. Everything is on sale. And when you spend $4.99, you'll get an extra 7% tax relief. This sofa is just $836 after tax relief savings. With zero down, no interest financing for 12 months and free shipping. Tax relief savings now at Home Furniture.
Welcome to Medical Insight, a weekly healthcare feature brought to you by the experts at Essentia Health. Here's your host, Louis St. George.
Today on Medical Insight, Kenzie Holman tells us about the Essentia Health Specialty Pharmacy, which manages medications for complex and chronic conditions.
Specialty pharmacy is an ambulatory pharmacy service like a traditional retail pharmacy. The big difference is in the conditions that we treat and the medications that we're providing. Specialty medications tend to be more complex in administration, in their regimen, or simply have more difficult side effects to manage. Patients that are receiving specialty medications include oncology, hematology, multiple sclerosis, a number of chronic inflammatory diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, psoriasis, Crohn's disease, as well as other conditions like growth hormone deficiency.
The specialty pharmacy team at Essentia includes professionals who assist and advocate for patients, saving them millions of dollars over the years.
Many of the specialty medications are very high cost, and so our navigators and liaisons are very integral in helping the patients access these high cost therapies. I think one of the most fulfilling pieces is helping patients, connect them with the resources that allow them to be successful with their medications. Patients can get their medications delivered directly to their home, or they can pick it up at any of our 21 pharmacy locations. Our pharmacy locations can provide over-the-counter medications or non-specialty prescriptions as well, and patients can get their meds by curbside delivery at those locations if they choose.
The specialty pharmacy is located in Superior, but serves patients from all over. For Medical Insight, I'm Louis St. George.
To learn more about this and other health topics, visit essentiahealth.org/medicalinsight.
Now at Home Sleep Express, get 0% interest financing on any Tempur-Pedic for 4 years. Plus, Home will give you a bonus $300 shopping card, free delivery, setup, and a 120-day comfort guarantee. 0% interest financing on Tempur-Pedic for 4 years at Home Sleep Express.
CBS 3 weather is brought to you by Lulich Implement.
Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Past few days, of course, have been cloudy and rainy. Not overly warm for much of the area, though on the fringes we've had some decent temperatures. And despite the gray sky above, it's still fairly beautiful around our area. Nature shows off beautiful scenes like this fog-shrouded forest here in Duluth, courtesy of Vicki George Surges, showing a couple of deer. And the really interesting thing to look at, despite the beauty of the blue haze, is the green grass sprouting up. This rain is paying off, and we've been getting so much of it, we should be a lush selva here. I think that's the right term for a jungle. It's been about 30 years since I took physical geography. Maybe my mind is slipping just a little bit. But the short-term forecast is a little bit sharper, and it says more rain is possible through tomorrow before we do dry up for a couple of days on Saturday. Well, here's another look at the cloudy and foggy conditions out there. The picture is gray, and the numbers, well, they're impressive as far as that humidity goes, 96%. So watch out for the fog if you have to commute tonight. 42 degrees is the current temp. East wind's going 10 miles per hour, so the wind is finally slacking off a little bit and should be back to normal by tomorrow. Air pressure is holding steady on the low side at 29.55 inches of mercury as the third in our trio of lows continues to pass through our area. So there we go towards the fringes again, where it's warmer than every place else. The Upper Peninsula is in the mid to upper 50s, and Hayward's not so bad at 50, but getting closer to the lake in Wisconsin, we've got 38 to 41 to report. And in Minnesota, towards east central Minnesota, 37 to 39. North Shore numbers really not so bad at 45 or so. And then Iron Range numbers are in the 40s as well. And thanks to the cloud cover, I think we're going to hold on to 40s for our lows here tonight. And like I mentioned a little bit earlier here, we've got a low pressure system centered to our south over Iowa, and it's spinning up through our area with these waves of precipitation. Right now, many of us are in between those waves, but there is another one that's over towards Rhinelander and Wausau and starting to push towards us, so 80% chance for the rain to return here tonight. But by tomorrow night into early Saturday morning, this low should go. Higher pressure should make us dry, if not clear, for Saturday and Sunday. And then by Monday, Tuesday, a rain-snow mix is possible from a fourth low coming our way. So we'll get a bit of a break from the precip, and then it comes back for another 48 hours, which is an old movie from the 80s, if I'm not mistaken. Rain totals from now till tomorrow, another tenth to about a half inch possible, and that'll help keep things getting green around here. Tonight, Minnesota lows in the 40s with an 80% rain chance. Wisconsin, Michigan, 80% rain chance with lows in the 40s. Then tomorrow's highs, Wisconsin, Michigan-wise, go 48 to 55. Minnesota numbers about 45 to 50, and we all still get a pretty decent chance for more rain. Come Saturday, it should dry up, but stay cloudy. Sunshine and 55 Sunday makes for a pretty nice day for the weekend. And there we go, Monday and Tuesday. Low temps will be in the 30s overnight. And so that could egg on a little bit of snow mixed in with a touch of rain.
Thanks, Dave. Prince fans woke up to a surprise this morning. A new song was released online. It's a preview to a new album coming out this summer. Kate Raditz explains the story behind the music.
It's been almost 5 years since Prince died at the age of 57, but now fans are getting to listen to never-before-heard music from the music legend.
Welcome to America.
The song Welcome to America debuted on Prince's YouTube channel Thursday, the same name of the new album coming out in July. Welcome to America. Prince asked longtime keyboardist and musical director Morris Hayes to help produce the album.
He said, man, here's the record. I want you to overproduce it. Anything I don't want, I'll take it away.
The 12-track record was recorded at Paisley Park in Chanhassen over a decade ago, but he never performed any of it.
We were surprised, just like everybody else, to wake up today and see that, oh, there's a new Prince song, and a new Prince album coming in July.
Prince was a regular at the Electric Fetus record store in Minneapolis. Fans come from all over to get his music.
We're scrambling this morning to get everything ready to roll on our website so we can be ready for it.
The album description says the songs touch on Prince's vision for a shifting society, years ahead of a time of political division and a fight for racial justice. Prince was known for having a vault of a vast body of work.
I think he worked tirelessly, and not everything, not even the tip of the iceberg has made it to the public ear yet.
Either way, fans will soon get a listen.
It'll be our #1 album for probably the whole month. It'll be a huge deal.
The album will be released on July 30th. Still to come, despite political pushback to Georgia's new voting law, the Masters Golf Tournament is in full swing. We'll have more next.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
It's a fact. We use our internet and TV more than ever, with most of us spending nearly 7 hours a day online. So it's no wonder thousands of families are switching to Spectrum. Because most families have up to 8 connected devices, which means they need even more speed. Switch to Spectrum Internet and get the fastest starting speeds for the price. 100 megabits for just $44.99 a month. With a free modem and free security suite included. Call 833-621-4499. When it comes to TV, we're watching more than ever. In fact, 80% of us watch TV every day. Spectrum TV lets you catch all your favorite sports, news, and more live. Plus, download the free Spectrum TV app and watch on your devices. Switch to Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-621-4499. The fact is, Spectrum has the best services at the best price. Switch to Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. We'll even buy out your current contract. Call 833-621-4499.
Because of this, we built Escape with Ford Copilot 360. Because of this, we built Ford Edge with intelligent all-wheel drive. Because of this, we built Ford EcoSport to give you traction when and where you need it. And because Ford SUVs are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand. Now, for a limited time, get $5,000 in total cash on an Edge. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
With so much time at home, I need new furniture.
Right now, during Slumberland's Build Your Room sale, you can revamp any space for only $20, $30, $40 a month. Check out this bedroom set.
Oh, I've got everything I need there.
Okay, how about some options for your living room? Just $20 a month when you spend $1,200 and pay no interest for 5 years.
Love it.
Build your room during our best financing sale of the year.
Well, hello, Slumberland.
Imagination makes a community grow. So bring us your best ideas. Let's see how we can help. National Bank of Commerce. We make more possible.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northlands still to this day. Join me, Kristen Bakke, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining.
Brought to you by Range Regional Airport. Watch Eye on Mining with Kristen Bakke every Tuesday at 10. Only on live, local CBS3.
Get your new John Deere mower from Duluth Lawn and Sport, the region's largest power sports dealer.
Coming up Friday on CBS3 this morning, a recap of the Frozen 4 semifinals. And I continue to track our several rain chances into your Friday afternoon, as well as a look at your weekend forecast. So make sure to wake up with us starting at 5 a.m.
CBS3 Sports is brought to you by Northland Lawn Sport and Equipment.
The Masters Golf Tournament got underway today in Augusta, Georgia. Some activists are denouncing the tournament for going forward with the event in the wake of Georgia's controversial new voting law. The law shortens the time frame for requesting and returning mail-in ballots and limits where drop boxes for those ballots can be located and at what time people can access them. Republicans have said Democrats are misrepresenting the law. Georgia's Governor Brian Kemp criticized Major League Baseball for pulling its All-Star tournament from the state.
They ignored the facts of our new election integrity law, and they ignored the consequences of their decision on our local community.
Business owners in the area say the Masters brings much needed relief after a hard year. Last year, you'll recall, COVID concerns postponed the Masters from April to November. This year's tournament runs through Sunday, and you can see it right here on CBS. And coming up in sports, the hunt for another national title begins for UMD men's hockey. Kelly is in next.
In Army National Guard, family means everything.
Our parents, they were really supportive that all 5 of us would join.
I got my education because of the Guard. I got to travel a little bit and experience a whole different culture. It helped me get my job, it helped me pay for my house. Being part-time really helped because I could have some opportunities that were still in education.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard instills pride that you and your family will share. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
What drew me to Bell was their reputation for taking great care of their employees and their customers.
I find Bell to be exactly what they promoted themselves to be.
If you want a family-centered, culturally driven organization who's going to give back to the community, a bank that you're able to work with, people that you know and trust, come to Bell Bank.
I'm so happy I made the switch to Bell, and I know you will be too.
Familiar and new. Bell Bank. Banking, mortgage, wealth management, and insurance.
You don't need a reason to grab the DQ Chicken and Biscuits basket. With 100% all-white meat chicken strips, golden fries, warm pepper gravy, and oh yeah, 7 fluffy mini biscuits. But if you do want a reason, mini biscuits turn any meal into a mini celebration all on their own. Hooray for mini biscuits, part of the DQ Chicken and Biscuits basket. DQ, happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
At Mediacom, we know the future is ours to create. That's why we built an incredibly advanced fiber-powered network. So today, when lives are being challenged more than ever, we're working harder than ever to help families move forward, businesses restart, and our communities get back on their feet. Mediacom is up for this challenge. Our network is ready, our people are powerful, and we won't back down.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota L-Series tractor is the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. for over 10 years. Powerful Kubota diesel engine, ease of operation, and your choice of a dependable Kubota gear or HST transmission. The durable Kubota L-Series tractor. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo.
No one serves you better than Lulich Implement.
When facing a major healthcare decision, it's wise to seek a second opinion from a team of established experts. Financial decisions deserve the same level of care and expertise. At MPPL Financial, we develop your plan by assembling a personalized team that includes experts in multiple disciplines. So the result is a coordinated care plan that covers all areas of your financial life. Your outcome depends on the quality of care you receive. Call today to set up your free second opinion consultation or visit MPPLfinancial.com.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
1 year ago to this day, we were in lockdown, not leaving our houses for any reason except to go to the grocery store. The only sporting events on our televisions were replays. I was at home watching UMD hoist the trophy from 2019 in Buffalo, New York, a game that had occurred 365 days prior. That seems like a lifetime ago compared to tonight. Scott Sandelin's Bulldogs took the ice in Pittsburgh, PA to take on UMass, who they beat in 2019 in the national title game. Full circle, because of NCAA guidelines, we cannot show highlights of the game while it is still in progress. What we can tell you is that the veterans have stepped up tonight in scoring. Tanner Latteru netted the first Dogs goal in the first period to tie it. Cole Koepke added another. Freshman Zach Stayskal has stood tall between the pipes. And at last check, Minnesota Duluth and UMass tied at 2 apiece. UMD is on a power play with less than a minute to go in the third period. So half of the bracket is already set from the first semifinal game earlier today. St. Cloud State punches its first ever ticket to the national championship game, and they are led by former UMD assistant bench boss in Brett Larson. Larson took over for the Huskies in 2018-2019 and showed promise last year with his squad before the season ended because of COVID. Now a year later, they are playing the season's final game.
Well, last year didn't end, right? We never finished it, so who knows where we could end it up. We had a great group of guys that I thought really pushed this program to get better through a year when we had lost 16 guys. Our senior group last year was a huge character group, and they didn't get a chance to finish it. But I think what they did was help build the foundation for this group, and this group is built off that. I think the lessons that they left has helped this team grow.
And for UMD, we talk a lot about the players, the staff, the fans, the students, but what about the parents of these players? They've been put through more in terms of stress and anxiety more than the team, arguably, over the last year. Well, I had the chance to chat with Julia Rail, mom of Louis Rail, ahead of the defenseman's third consecutive Frozen Four. She said that it does feel a little bit different this year with COVID.
It's just a roller coaster of emotions, especially like the past year that the players have been through and we've all been through. I mean, we haven't seen the boys very often, just a couple days over Christmas. We want to be just thankful that we're here, and yet we still really want to win.
The parents haven't been able to be with the boys in person since December, so they are looking forward to some hugs this weekend. Switching gears to some volleyball, St. Scholastica looking to secure their spot to the conference championship this evening. But first, in the semifinal match, the Saints face the Cougars of Minnesota Morris. Cougars up big in the first set, then Hermantown's very own Elena Myrie nails a pass to set up Ashley Larson for this tricky tip kill. Saints down by 7 in the first until Haley Rower and Duluth's very own Ashley Larson combine for the big double block, making it a 6-point game. But then the Cougars answer back with a stuffed solo block from Maggie Jones. The Saints season ends on a sweep, bringing their record to 7-2 on their spring season. And hey, it is opening day for the Minnesota Twins. Seattle Mariners come to town in front of fans at last at Target Field. Kyle Garlick, that is a name we've been saying a few times over the past few days. The new guy busts one just short of the left field bleachers, still enough for a run to score. And the Twins are on the board. Still in the third, Mitch Garver has a runner on first and third. It's a blast to center field and gone for the 3-run shot. It's 4-1. Brief rain delay would put this one on pause. Twins go on to win big. The Brewers also in action this afternoon. Nolan Arenado hit a 2-run shot in the 8th to propel the Cards to a 3-1 win. UMD and UMass heading to overtime, a trip to the national championship on the line. That's going to do it for sports tonight. We'll have more from the Frozen Four semifinal tomorrow, but for now, we'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
Get free tax relief now at Home Furniture. Everything is on sale. And when you spend $4.99, you'll get an extra 7% tax relief. This sofa is just $836 after tax relief savings. With 0 down, no interest financing for 12 months and free shipping. Tax relief savings now at Home Furniture.
Hey Northland, Link RV has just opened a brand new 18,000 square foot service and parts facility to meet all your RV needs. With 12 service bays and our brand new parts showroom, we're sure to have everything you're looking for. Link RV, our reputation is everything.
As medical professionals, we work hard to protect our families and neighbors.
Access North has partnered with the Minnesota Department of Health to be a COVID community coordinator.
Thank you, Access North, for being an advocate and a resource for people with disabilities.
Contact Access North Center for Independent Living, your local COVID community coordinator resource for people with disabilities.
Mask up and keep each other safe, Minnesota.
Looking for a home run on your next home project? Don't strike out by using someone out of left field who makes errors, balks at your needs, isn't safe, and gives you the squeeze by charging double. Your home improvement company aced my window project, and working with them was a walk in the park. They never sacrifice quality, and you can count on them to avoid curveballs and save you time. Plus, they clean up, which is a big relief. Your home improvement company is a huge hit in Twins territory, even if their owner is a bit of a screwball.
Buying your first home is the start of realizing bigger dreams with your family. That's why it's important to protect everything you love with American Family Insurance. Wait, what's that?
It's their dream car.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's actually my dream car. And my little dream tire swing with some dream trees. There'd be a nice dream garden right here, too.
Protect your dream home with American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Imagination makes a community grow. So bring us your best ideas. Let's see how we can help. National Bank of Commerce. We make more possible.
Home Seasonal Concepts is open and everything is on sale. Plus, when you spend $4.99, you'll get an extra 7% tax relief on patio sets, wicker, and fire tables, and 0 down, no interest financing for 12 months. 7% tax relief savings at Home Seasonal Concepts.
Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men. Our buy one, get one for $1 suit and sport coat sale is now in progress. Hundreds of options. Mainstream, downtown Duluth.
All right, we don't have a ton of time, so Dave, take it away.
All right, wet enough today for the beavers to come out of the ponds and get on Woodland Avenue. This picture comes from our old director, Dean Wakefield. He said it was slapping its tail and playing Toreador with cars. Well, things are going to start to dry up after tomorrow. We do have one more day of rain, then a slightly drier weekend comes about.
Thanks for joining us. See you tomorrow.